Hi, this is the second video in the series of 3 of how to add an artist. We've already added our artist into our selection so that we can add products. What we need to do now is add the bits that display those products once they've been entered. So the first place we're going to do that is under our artists, and you can see here our artists each have a place. But you can see there's no John Upton because he may be here but he hasn't yet been added to here. So we click the artist button at the top of the page and that goes to artists, and we click add new. And that comes up and we enter our artist's name. Now here is where we enter our artist's biography. Now I've got some text ready and waiting in Word, so I'm going to switch to Word. I'm going to copy the text and I'm going to switch back and I'm going to paste the text in. Now it's possible when copying the text that you get unwanted control characters, etc., from wherever, Word or off a website, that you've taken the text. So we need to place this text in a plain manner. So we do that by clicking the paste button and then selecting paste text. That will open a little box and we can paste the text that we just copied from Word into here by pressing Ctrl and V. And we say OK, and it's gone in there. Now it did lose our paragraph break, so we'll put that back in by clicking there and pressing return twice. Now we actually have a photograph of this artist, so we want to put that in, and we're going to put it in the top left hand corner. So we click in the top left hand corner and we select insert resources. That, as you can see, brings us up our pictures of our artists, but we need to get the artist off the PC. So we click on, and you can see it's now moved to our PC and it's opened in Alpha 1 Mary Rogers, which was where I was last. So we click on Alpha 1 and we now find the picture, and I've put it into the folder called help files, but this could be any folder on your hard disk. We scroll down and oh dear, there's a really ugly picture of that John Upton, and we click open, and now we upload that file, and you can see we've now got a picture of John Upton, so we can click on that. Now we can insert the actual image, or we can insert a thumbnail, and I'm going to turn it into a thumbnail that fits an area 200 by 200. Okay, now this box title here, we click in and we can put here a bit of text that is seen by both the search engines and when you leave your cursor over the artist picture. So we're going to put John Upton and we're going to put Alpha 1 artist. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tell it to put it to the left hand side of the page. So we're inserting it as a thumbnail to fit an area 200 by 200. You can use different sizes if you want to, and we're putting on a title, so we're mentioning the artist name and we're mentioning Alpha 1 as well. In fact, let's make that Alpha 1 marketing, so that we've got it correctly then. So we've got John Upton, Alpha 1 marketing artist, and we're putting it to the left. Now if we click insert, you'll see now we have the picture there. And what we do now is we scroll down to publish and we click publish. We wait while it's loaded, and now we have at the bottom of the list our artist John Upton, new artist, and if we hold the button down you'll also see that John Upton is here. Now if I, John Upton, was a single product artist, that would be everything we needed to do in terms of putting us into the list on the right. So what we're going to do is add to John Upton the list that would appear down here of my pictures. And then after we've done that, I'm going to show you how to add a subcategory as well. So the next thing we do is we click on the asterisk here, the management. Excuse me, and I'm going to sneeze. Dusty environment. That's all my sneezes, nasty's coming back. So we scroll down now until we find the listing. So this is this one here, listing, and we click add. And now you can see we've got an extra item here with settings. These move them up and down if you've got multiple, and this removes it. But we don't want to take it away, we want to hit settings. So we're going to create a listing. Now we always create our product listings from our page manage products. So we type in manage, and you'll see it comes up automatically with manage product. We're going to use Artists Gallery. We're going to use it as a single column so that we can then use it on a phone, a tablet or whatever. And we're not going to limit it to just 4 products, so we're going to stick a big number in there and click save. And that will add a listing. And the internet seems to be a bit slow this morning. And now, as you can see, we have a listing thing. But as you can see also, it's got everybody's pictures in it. So what we have to do now is go back to settings, and there are some extra fields. So now you can see all categories, and you can simply scroll until you find John Upton. We're not going to add a filter at this stage, but we will on the next one, and we now hit save. And because I haven't got any pictures loaded, there'll be nothing in the list, but the list is there ready for when a picture's added. So that is how you add an artist, and you had a list of all of the artist's pictures. But if the artist has a subcategory, and we're going to scroll down so as you can see here, John Upton doesn't, but you can see people like Kurt, Julian, etc. have other categories. You need to add a category page. So we do that by being in the artist's page and clicking add new. And I'm going to say that we do greeting cards, and that's all we need to do is just add greeting cards. So if we go down, you can see we have greeting cards. Now, it's also quite likely that you'll do more, that we'll need to add more than one, because if it was a single thing, we'd add them just as a single person. So I'm also going to add that this person does our artist prints. So I go back to John Upton, so that I'm in John Upton, and I click add new, and I'm going to add here our artist. Well, came up there for me automatically, so we'll pinch that. So it's our artist prints. Again, we don't need to add anything else, so we add publish. And now we've got the 2 categories. We're in the Our Artist print page, so it's there. So when you get the ability, you can add this person with 2 different types of product: greeting cards and Our Artist prints. So what we need to do now is we need to add a listing and control that listing so it only shows Our Artist prints. So we do the same as we did before. We click the manage, we scroll down to listing, that's this one here, and we click add. Now we click on settings, and we get all of our products from our manage product page. Again, artist gallery, 1 column, and again we want to allow it to have more than 4 pictures, so we click 999, we ignore the other 2. Well, this one says we want to show it on this page, and we click save. And whizzes and whirls, talks to them through the internet, and now again. And again, we've got a list of every artist. So now we go back to our settings, and the first thing we do is to cut it down to our artist, John Upton. But this is John Upton's artist's print, so we need a second level of filtering. So we click on filter, and you can see it says show all products, and now we simply select our artist print, so it's going to show pictures by John Upton. We're going to tell it to order it in title order, and we're going to say we only want our artist print. And then if we hit save, so again, now we've got a listing. There isn't anything showing, but this would work such that if you click now on our artist print, you'd see our artist prints only from John Upton. And if you clicked on John Upton, you'd see all of John Upton's prints. So that is how you add an artist, and you add the listing for that artist, and also how you can add a subcategory and list just items from that artist that belong in that subcategory. And that's the end of the second video in this series.